Hey guys, Brandy Estes here. I'm going to do a quick video on our story and just kind of give you an idea of what things have been like for us since we've started with ItWorks. February of 2012, February 29th is when we joined the company. Now I joined first and then Mark joined a little bit later. But life was pretty good then. I was a hairdresser. I had a shop in town that I worked at, and I had a shop here at the house. Now, the difference between now and then is I was working Monday through Saturday at the shop, and then on Sundays I would come home and I would do hair here at the shop. So, pretty much didn't have a break. When I started with ItWorks, Ace was three months old at the time, and I did not have insurance with him through the pregnancy, so we paid out of pocket to have him. Mark and I got married in January, and then we found out February I was pregnant. So because I was already pregnant and I wasn't added to his insurance, we had to take out a loan for Ace to be born and pay out of pocket for that. So one of the biggest deals was just not having money, not maternity leave. You know, hairdressers, we don't get paid to take off. If we're not at work, that means we're not getting paid. And it was hard for me because I needed that extra cash. We did live paycheck to paycheck, and I needed that extra cash at the time to buy diapers. I had a year's supply worth of diapers before he was even here. I mean, every week when I had money, I would go and purchase diapers and formula so that we weren't in a bind once he got here. And I remember the day after having him going back to work because I didn't have the money to turn people down. And I had my appointment book, which is like my lifeline. And I had my appointment book, and I went into the hospital, and I already had it full of appointments for that week. So I didn't call and reschedule people. Now, I did the day of my delivery, but I just told Mark we're going to have to make this work. And he was actually able to take maternity leave. He had several, I don't know if it was a week, several days off. I think it was like a week that they gave him. And he was able to stay at home. And he stayed with the baby. His mom came down. And I just didn't want to put Ace in daycare yet. So for 3 months, I would take him to daycare. I would take him to work with me at the shop. And we would just pass him around whenever I had a client. And we didn't have the money to pay for daycare. We were checking around places, but it was going to be $400 just for him, just for the daycare program. So at the time we didn't have that in our budget to do, and we were really looking at, we didn't have a vehicle where we could all ride in the same vehicle because I have 4 kids now. And the car that I drove, it was literally car seat, and then have to put one of the kids up front with me. And that was it. No more room. So if we wanted to go out to eat, we would have to take 2 separate vehicles. If we needed to go grocery shopping, 2 separate vehicles. So we had a lot on our plate at the time. We had a lot of things that we wanted, but I didn't have time for this crazy wrap thing. I wanted to show you a little bit about what I was working on before things shifted and we got in with ItWorks. I'm just going to take you in here and I'm going to show you without well, that was great. That'll be a great video. I wanted to show you, this is what my shop was, and I'm going to press silence on that. Sorry, guys. This is what my shop was, and I'm trying to get everything in here, but, I was working towards, getting this shop set up the way that I wanted so that clients could come over here and this could be my shop instead of working in 2 different areas, 2 different places, one uptown and then one here. And then this, as crazy as it seems, this is my dream board, and this is what I started out on, and I still update stuff on here. So, like vacation, we had never taken a vacation before, and that's one of the first things we did. We went to the beach. Then we went on a family vacation. We were able to go to New York. Things that I put up here, wanted to complete, and then I would put them, once I completed them, I would take them off and I would replace them with something new. So a lot of these things we've been able to do, and then this is just another deal that I have of things that we've been able to do since ItWorks. So I just kind of wanted to show you a quick view of what I had in mind before ItWorks started. This is what I was working towards, is getting my shop set up the way that I wanted it, so that it was convenient for me, because I could bring people here to the house and I could do hair. And then I had the newborn in here, so I could, set my own schedule. And that's what I was looking at, is, making my own time. Working when I wanted to around the kids, and it just wasn't going to cut it. I was working Monday through Saturday at the salon, and then coming home and doing hair here. I had very little time. I mean, when Mark would get off, and come home, it was like babysit the babies so that I could do some more hair. So this kind of fell into my lap. Leah Potts is my sponsor, and she came in, sat in my chair, and told me about this crazy wrap thing and what it did for her. And I was like, well, I have never heard of it. So if that was the case, why haven't I heard of it? The same thing that you hear people say to you all the time. That sounds like a pyramid scheme, or, so I was like, well, why haven't I ever heard of it? So anyway, she showed me some before and after pictures, and I was like, well, I was one of those people that I wanted to try it first to see if it worked on me. And if it worked, then I would do it. And kind of just doubting the products that it would even work on me. But I did have a pudge. This was my fourth kid, and if I had a stomach left that I wanted to get rid of. So I thought, well, why not just try it? So I tried it, and guess what? It worked. So calling Leah up, hey, it worked. What are we going to do now? And she said, well, we need to get a party together. And I said, I don't have time for a party. I work nonstop. She said, well, there's this boot camp in Dallas. You need to come to the boot camp. And I don't have time for a boot camp. I have hair to do. And I had people in my chair. I had people at the shampoo bowl. And then I'd have clients waiting. I booked my days in a way that I would get as many people done as possible. No downtime. There was a lot of days where a 5-minute lunch wasn't even in the picture. So for me, I didn't have time for this crazy wrap thing. Did not have a clue what I was getting my hands on. I just knew that it worked for me. I was going to make her a lot of money. And that's what I told her. So we were going to do the Dallas boot camp, and I couldn't make it. So I just said, you know what, if you can bring Stephanie here, I'm going to get a party together at the salon, and if you can come, that'll be great. So anyways, I planned on that. I think it was 2 weeks later, the party happened, and we had over 55 people show up at that party. I have pictures on Facebook where you can see just people lined up through the door, and all I did was advertise for like 3 days. On Facebook, just saying, have you heard of that crazy wrap thing? If you want to come try it, come to the salon this day, bring a friend, get $5 off. And it ended up being huge. I remember I made $1,000 wrap cash at my first party. And just looking at that jar and thinking, my gosh, all these people are coming in for this wrap. I didn't even know these people. I mean, they just saw a post or somebody tagged them or whatever. And it ended up being huge. And I remember there was people there that the tape measure did not fit around when we were measuring them before we put the wrap on. And after the 45 minutes was up, the tape measure fit around them. And how emotional that was for everybody that witnessed it. Everybody just being in the room filled with all these people of all shapes and sizes. Everybody had a wrap on, and everybody saw results in 45 minutes. So it was a pretty remarkable deal. I remember my husband coming in, and Stephanie brings this up all the time. My husband coming in and just saying, what is this? He really didn't know what I had gotten into, but he was a skeptic big time for several months. I remember getting in bed at night and him thinking, you're on the computer again, what are you going to, his famous words that he would say all the time is, what are you going to do when this falls off? What are you going to do when people quit buying from you? Eventually this is going to fall off. And it just drove me further and further and further to work harder and harder, because for one, I love to prove him wrong. So basically at our first party, I was able to go diamond. Mark was able to go diamond. We got the $10,000 good bonus, both of us. And then from that point, I wrote down the dates. March, I joined February the 29th. March, we were both ranked diamond. And then May, I went double. In June, Mark went double. And then June, I tripled. So we're talking within 3 months, guys. I was at triple. And then April of this year, I went presidential. And we are about to make Mark presidential. And we're working towards our ambassador. So we had only been in the company for less than 14 months when I was able to hit presidential. And if you don't know the average income of a presidential, you know, the money is a low average. Because I am at presidential making what an ambassador pay is. So these figures are insane. If you just go and work with your team, it's amazing what you can be bringing in. We were in the business for 4 months, and I had already surpassed what my husband makes in a year working at the police department. And he's been in law enforcement for 13 years, and it's just insane. So for me, money, making money to be able to provide before was such a big thing. That's why I worked at the shop Monday through Saturday, and then came home and worked Sunday here at the shop. And for me, once I was witnessing all these people saying that they were retiring, and I'm like, at what point do I know that this is right for me? And honestly, this was affecting my hair, but I wanted to do this instead of doing hair. I realized that by me having a photo album up, I think I have one in here. I don't know, I probably took it out. But I had a little photo album that I would keep at my station, and it had ItWorks before and after pictures in it, and I had, some brochures up, and people would always say, well, what is that? What's ItWorks? And I would tell them. And I'd say, oh, well, here's some pictures. Take a look at it while they were sitting in my chair. And it was so easy to just do that as an add-on service. They were like, they wanted it right then and there. So while their hair was processing, I'm slapping on a facial, a $30 upcharge for them to have a facial on while their hair's processing for 45 minutes anyways. It just made sense. So these people were sitting in my chair. They wanted the products. They just hadn't heard about it. So the traffic that created through the salon was insane. And not only was I able to sell it, but the chairs next to me, when I was talking to my client, the chairs next to me, the stylist had clients, and those clients were saying, hey, can I look at that photo album? Can I take a look at those before and after pictures? Or they came in and they sat in the chair and they saw somebody with a facial on. And they're like, what is that? So those stylists would just direct them to me. They would let their clients listen into what I was saying. And those people were wanting to sign up. Well, guess what happened to the stylist? They wanted a piece of the pie too. So they joined the party. And it just went on and on and on. And it's crazy to see what this year has done. We have been blessed so much with this, but I wanted to get back to the part where at 4 months in, I knew that me staying at the salon was, I kept signing more people up because the traffic through there, people wanted this product. They wanted to sign up as loyals. They wanted to sign up as distributors. So I thought, this is good for me to stay here because every day that I was at work, I was signing people up. Every day for ItWorks. And so it made sense at the time. But then it got to a point where I was taking more phone calls and I was doing more with ItWorks that my passion changed to where my passion wasn't doing hair anymore. My passion is this now. And not only was I able to make so much more money doing this, but just to be able to share this experience with other people and help them get started on their journey made more sense to me. So after 4 months, I put in my notice at work, and I am 31 and retired now from hairdressing. So now I do, family members or friends whenever I want to here at the house. But for the most part, this is my passion now, and this is what I focus all my time and effort on. So 4 months in, was able to make more than Mark made in a year. I remember at my first party, after my first party, I boosted 6 times within my first 3 weeks and turned around and flipped that money into profit. And if you don't know what the booster is, that's where you get the bulk amount of product. And when you sell that, your profit is through the roof. So I suggest anybody that has a salon or stylist sign up, if you're able to boost to get that big booster kit, The reason I feel like I was successful at the very beginning is because I made sure that I never ran out of product. And I do tell that to my distributors now. If you tell these people about this great, amazing product, but you don't have it on hand, they're going to go, once you tell them about it, they're going to go find somebody that has it because they want it right now. I'm one of those people that I'm in the moment. I want it now. I don't care how much it costs. I just want to be able to buy it now. If I want my hair done, I want it done right now. I don't care if I have to drive across town and go to somebody I've never been to before. I want it done then. So for us, the things that we've been able to do since ItWorks, first thing was we were able to get a vehicle. And not only were we able to get a vehicle that we could all ride in, but we were able to pay cash for that vehicle. And I have this book right here I showed y'all my dream board earlier. And this book is what I started off in. One of the very first boot camps we went to. There's pictures of it in here. Patio furniture. I mean, I had patio furniture on my dream board because these are plastic chairs and an umbrella for my yard. Those are things I didn't have before. Just little things that I put up there. And every time I got something accomplished, I would take it off and I would replace it. Me and the kids sat down with magazines. We cut pictures out. They wanted a boat. They wanted to go on a ski trip. They wanted to go on a cruise. Vacation was a big deal. These are all things we picked stuff and we put it on that dream board. And majority of them were already accomplished, and now we're replacing them with bigger goals. So we went on that family vacation. We went on a ski trip for the first time. Took everybody. In December of last year, we were able to go to New York and New Jersey. We went and paid cash for a boat. Not just the things that we've been able to do, the things that we've been able to purchase, because we've paid off a lot of debt. We've paid off over $300,000 in debt since we got started with this. But my children are able to do sports now, and that was a big deal to me. When I was doing hair, and Mark is a sergeant at the police department, and with him being at work all the time, the same hours as me, our kids have never been able to do sports ever. Montana did cheer last year, and it was very hard to get her from point A to point B, and then the games and all that, so it was pretty much just take her, drop her off. And now we're able to do sports. We put the kids in gymnastics. We're taking them twice a week, and just being able to be there for our kids. We want to enjoy them. So it's been a blessing. I'm trying to think of all the other things that I had wrote down to tell you all about. I'm not doing hair anymore, so I have time for us to take the kids. We like to travel a lot, so when we're doing wrap parties or whatever, we'll take the kids and make a vacation out of it, a paycation, because who else gets paid to go, to new places and start in new territory. So I can remember us being on the reduced lunch meal at school, 2 years ago. Now, it's nothing for me to give the kids lunch money every day, and just the things that we take for granted. I posted the other day about what it was like to go into Walmart the first time and the kids be able to get what they wanted. Mom, can I have this? Mom, can I have that? Mom, can we get this kind of cereal? How many times it's like you press the button, no, over and over and over again. And just being able to give the simple stuff. To be able to go to Walmart and not have to tell the kids no, to be able to be there, to allow them to do sports, to have the time to go to their events with them. And, we get to spend time with our kids. We're not waking up to an alarm clock anymore. So that's a little bit of our story. Mark still is in law enforcement. He still works at the police department. However, once I promoted with the company to presidential, actually, I think it was back when I first signed, Mark got a promotion to narcotics. So he's actually off on the weekends now. So it was a total God thing. He's off on the weekends now. He goes to the wrap parties with me. He switched from being a huge skeptic to about 4th month in. We went to conference. Conference was a big changer for us. And Dash was a big changer for us. And Dash was last year was triples and above. So right off the bat, we got in for Dash and went in October, and we had an amazing time. And then shortly after that was conference. And, you know, just being at Dash and Mark being able to witness going to the CEO's home and, you know, what their vision that they had for all of us, you know, with this company, and each of us individually to take the time out to just say, you know, he appreciates us and to give advice to us, and it was just very humbling. So for those of you that are going to get to experience that this year, it's going to be amazing. You know, you're rubbing elbows with other leaders, and it pumps you up. And then conference was a big deal. So going to these events is so important. You know, we haven't missed an event. And it's important to get your team encouraged to be there, whatever it takes, whether it's carpooling, riding together, whether it is getting a room and putting everybody in the same room, whatever it takes, because that is where the motivation happens, guys. And if you are asking me, what does it take to keep my team motivated? Getting them to boot camps. That's what happens at boot camps. It motivates you. It fills your tank up. I went and came home and signed people up immediately because I was on fire. I filled my tank. I felt good. You know, I was pumped up. And there's just something about getting to these events that makes it, you know, it empowers you to step out and go above and beyond. And for those of you that are wondering, you know, how do I do this? If you've thought about joining or you just don't have the time for this, you know, I had a 3-month-old. Once this crazy rap thing started, and I didn't know what I was doing for the first few months. You know, things were going so fast. I was signing people up left and right. It was so crazy. And I had a 3-month-old. He was sick, in and out of the hospital. And everywhere I went, I took an opportunity to share this ItWorks with someone. Every day, that's what I did. And so if you'll just make it a goal to talk about it, to be about it, you're going to find that you'll find the right people. He'll put the right people in your path. So big things to come for all of you guys. I know that a lot of you are pushing this month to get to your goals, whether it be executive or Ruby or Diamond. And I'll tell you this. I had a goal to be Diamond. I had a goal to go double after that. I told Mark every time I would rank something, I would be like, next time I rank to the next thing, I promise I'll slow down. I'll take a little bit of time off. But I just kept going. And now, here it is a year later, and we're working on going ambassador. So who would have thought, you know, I remember seeing Stephanie at my party and thinking, I want to be there. I knew that she was the top pay. She was ambassador, making average $30,000 a month. And I said, I want to be there. And I told Mark, and my husband told me, that's crazy, whatever, you know, that can't be real. And then now we're here. And it's real. And I'm here to tell you, for those of y'all that know me and those of you that don't know me, this is real. I'm just an average Joe person that saw this, wanted to make a little bit of extra money, a couple $100 to get us in a car that we could all ride in. And look at what this turned into. I mean, this is huge. It's just such a blessing. We've been blessed to be able to help us other people. So I hope you treat this business as that. If you've been thinking about maybe joining the company, $99 gets you started in this. And $99 changed my life in every way. So that $99 gets you a box of wraps. Comes with 4 wraps. You're going to turn around and sell those wraps for $30 each. Some of you sell them for $25. I sold mine for $30. Once you sell those 4 wraps at $30, you've paid yourself back for signing up. Then find 3 friends to do this with you. If you find 3 friends to do this with you, that could put you at the average of $5.99, the Ruby average. And that's $5.99 extra a month. Now take those 3 friends and teach them how to duplicate that, and those 3 go get 3 friends. And that's what a diamond is, pretty much. And diamond average pay is $19.10 a month. And these are low averages, guys. So if you've ever thought about incorporating this in to a salon, or maybe you have some stylist friends, just tell them the money is there. This is crazy, mad money. You know, we have markup on our products. This is so much better than the markup on our products. You know, we are adding on a service that's not only going to create traffic through our salon and increase traffic, but you're adding revenue. So we have the facials, we have the body wraps, we have the New You that helps with hair and nail growth. So the potential there is huge. So if any of you have people that you have maybe on the, borderline, let them watch this video and let them know what it's done for us. And if you have any questions, you can always message me. Find us on Facebook. It's Brandy, Brandy, Estes, Estes, in Sulphur Springs. And have them add me. Have them look through our before and after pictures even. So anyways, that's a little bit of our story, and I hope it's helped each one of you. And look forward to hear some of y'all's stories. So this is going to be an amazing month. We've got a bunch of people going diamond, and we're super excited. And we're so glad to have you all a part of our team. This month we hit, this past month, we hit over 10,000 people on our team. And I think right now we're at 10,600 and something. So that's been within a little bit over a year. We now have close to 11,000 people on our team. So this is crazy, guys. And it just keeps going and going and going. So thank you for watching the video, and look forward to meeting each and every one of you. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.